Welcome to the channel. I feel like I have to preface all of my videos with stating that I never finished high school. I have been out of school for over 3 decades. I am not a scientist. I am not a professor. I likely know less than you do. I consult Google, and most recently, in like just the last month, I have actually started reading books for the first time in my whole life on astrophysics, including black holes and whatnot. I'm already on my 3rd book, and I am learning so rapidly. It is absolutely insane how I'm starting to be able to slowly connect the dots. So anyhow, even without that, I wanted to get into sharing with you, and I do have a notepad. As you can see, I'm clearly not trying to hide it, okay? And I have this beautiful wallpaper that I made from a game called Space Engine. But anyways, why I believe we are not alone in the universe, for me, is pretty simple. There are over 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. As we know, the universe is forever expanding. And so far, what we've been able to observe of it, that is a crazy amount of galaxies. There are more worlds than grains of sand on every beach on Earth. Okay? So when you look at the scale of things, it makes sense for me that there could be life on other planets. The Drake equation accounts for millions of possible life-bearing worlds. Earth formed from the same basic cosmic ingredients found everywhere throughout the entire cosmos. Organic molecules, the building blocks of life, are found across the galaxies. We are not located in a special region of the galaxy. We orbit a middle-aged average star. Earth is not at the center of anything. Our galaxy is over 13 billion years old, but the Earth is only 4.5 billion years old. Humanity is only 300,000 years old. Other civilizations could be billions of years old and much more evolved than us. The universe carries the complete cosmic recipe for life. Stars are to planets what sperm is to life, spreading all the necessary ingredients to create galaxies and planets and everything. And if there's hundreds of sextillions of planets out there, to me, this would simply suggest that life is actually common overall, and that we're not just a one-off. We're not rare, so it's naturally expected to be a part of the universe to have planets with lives on them, or life. And that's pretty much it. When I look at it that way, I go, come on now. Because that was something, never mind the notepad now, and hopefully I don't botch this, because like I said, I'm like 3 weeks old in this stuff, like really digging in, other than just going, oh yeah, so we've got some planets, we've got Uranus, we've got Pluto and the moon and the sun's really big, you know, like aside from the basic stuff, and that's it. I've known that for decades, but that's all I've known. I haven't expanded on that at all up until a few short weeks ago, like I said. And if we had, and this is just for like a little bit of fun here, what plays in my mind now is when I think about things like a different type of a black hole. Let me close this down. This is now distracting me. There are different types of black holes. Usually a black hole, as far as I understand, to the best of my recollection when I explain this, there's a singularity in the middle, and it's like a dot. And it's got like infinite mass, and it just sucks everything. Everything that gets sucked into the black hole ends up at the singularity, sorry. But if you have a Kerr black hole, that singularity is now a spinning ring, and it creates a wormhole. Wow, the math allows that. And that, to me, is absolutely mind-blowing, because allegedly that wormhole that is created, it only stays open for a split second, but if we had negative energy density that was exotic matter, we could mathematically, that doesn't mean we could practically actually do it, we could keep that wormhole open. And that ring, that space donut, spins so violently that it could actually very well, almost as if you're taking like a map of the world and you're folding it in half. China could now be touching, you know, Africa, whatever. The The United Kingdom could be touching the US because you're folding that, and that's space-time being bent. And if you have that, and you have point A and point B, and you go into the wormhole, you could, in theory, take a step, not even have to travel at the speed of light, and you would end up millions, billions of light years across the universe. That is absolutely insane. So imagine if you could do that, and you could just zip around the entire universe looking for life. Now, again, we're probably never going to be able to do this, but that doesn't mean that my brain can't role play that for a moment, because the math allows it. Math allows a lot of things to happen in theory, but in practicality, oftentimes a lot of things you just can't physically do it. But if we could somehow find the technology to do it, just wow. But just hope that when you go to the other side, that you find a civilization that is more advanced and that they can help you get your ass back. Because if you go as far as sneezing and you shift that wormhole even 0.001 of a degree over, you could end up again not going back where you're supposed to be going back to tell all your friends about your latest discovery, right? You better hope the Wi-Fi signal on your GoPro is really strong by the point that we could reach to even be able to do something like this, if even ever at all. Remember, a simple cell phone like mine, okay? This thing, if I could even just go back 30 years, 25 years, this wouldn't have been quite voodoo, but in the 1930s, the 1920s, 100 years ago, which was like just a minute ago in terms of, you know, our entire existence, this would have been some absolute alien technology. You see what I mean? So I think outside of the present time as well. I think about in 20 years, how much further we're going to be ahead. Look at now the age of AI that we're in. Who knows in 100 years from now even how far along we'll come. We may never be able to do some of the things that I've discussed in this video, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to sit here and enjoy the what-if scenarios, because quite frankly, that to me is exciting. That to me is why I wanted to get into this channel, to talk about all different types of mysteries in the world, and things that aren't just a mystery, things that are just fully well explained. Because to me, this is a lot more fun than arguing politics, which is what I used to do on my other channel, and that brought nothing good out of it. Nothing but toxicity, division, and hate. Whereas when you're talking about this stuff, it's not really all that divisive. And if it is, it doesn't bring out the same energy as politics does. I mean, politics can be more powerful than a Phoenix A black hole, or so it feels like it. Anyways, I don't have anything else I want to say. This video is probably a lot longer than I was anticipating it to be. In some ways, I don't know why I made this video, because like I said, I'm still trying to navigate this channel. I know what I want to do. This is part of what I want to do. I'm just not sure that it necessarily makes any sense, because my hopes are that along the journey of me learning and growing, maybe some people along the way can join me along that trip, rather than, like, with all due respect, a professor, a scientist, an astrophysicist, whatever, theoretical whatever, has already done the journey, and he's just like, yeah, so check this out, and then, no offense, may not be able to explain things at a lower level to people that are just getting into it, right? And I feel like, because I'm definitely not reading out of a textbook, there could be an easier time for some people to be able to relate to this. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. An expert. It helps if I could speak properly. Anyways, that's enough rambling for me for now. I don't know what my next video is going to be on. It could be about the ocean, the weather. Who knows what it's going to be, but it's going to be hopefully something cool, something entertaining, something that gets at least 10 views on the channel. So thumbs up as always if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm in trying to make me more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up online. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half and twist it, and I'll have you inhaled by a ton 618. Look that up. And if you want to subscribe, naturally, that would be great. But if not, I don't blame you. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.